Hello everyone, welcome to Clean Copper Talks. In this video, we will see what is a common effluent treatment plant, what are MSMEs which get a lot of advantage because of CETP, what are the advantages and limitations in operation of a common effluent treatment plant. We will see what are the treatment units in a common effluent treatment plant and some government data on common effluent treatment plants in India. So stay till the last. So common effluent treatment plant, as the name suggests, is a treatment facility which is common for a number of industries, usually small and medium scale enterprises. Common effluent treatment plant is a effluent treatment facility where where a large number of small and medium enterprises send their wastewater to be treated. Common effluent treatment plant has been accepted as a solution for collecting, conveying, treating, and disposing of effluents from industrial estates. The effluents include industrial wastewaters and domestic sewage generated in these estates. CTPs are designed to to help small scale and medium scale industries located within the estates to dispose of their effluents, which in many cases are small in volume but have a high pollution potential. These industries cannot afford to treat their wastewater individually because of constraint and other limitations, but they are expected to give at least preliminary treatment in order to ensure that the common collecting sewers may remain free flowing. The thing is, here we are using again and again small scale and medium scale industries. Why? Because setting up an effluent treatment plant is itself a very capital intensive work. It will require a lot amount of money. It will require skilled supervision. It will require maintenance and all of the things. It requires space, which is a big thing in any industry. Lot of space is not available, so therefore to overcome all these things, and the problem is the small and medium scale industries, they themselves are not financially very strong, so they cannot afford all these things. Leave about the large industries are financially very strong, so they can have their own treatment units, but small and medium scale industries cannot have this, and that's why the concept of common effluent treatment plant was introduced, wherein these such small and medium scale industries can send their wastewater for treatment uh, in some in against some money. So like, if you are sending your wastewater to a common effluent treatment plant, common effluent treatment plant will charge you some money for treating that, but in that money it will treat it before being disposed into the environment, receiving environment, which can be anything: river, water body, land, or whatever, wherever they are disposing of. So uh, MSMEs, I should say, it is यहाँ पे here it is written small and medium scale industry enterprises. However, the proper term is micro, small, and medium scale enterprises, MSMEs it should be. So in MSMEs contribute significantly to global economy but face stiff environmental regulations. Not just global, in India also MSMEs contribute significantly in the GDP in terms of employment opportunities, but they also produce a lot of pollution, and they are not in a state to have their own treatment facilities. Quality of wastewater generated from SMEs may not be large, but unfortunately it aggregates to be a major pollution contributors. Therefore, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, MOEFCC, because it was introduced in 1991 January, that there should be compliance of environmental standards in polluting industries. What environmental standards? The standards for discharging of wastewater into environment. So before without treating your wastewater, you cannot discharge it into environment if it is not meeting the environmental discharge norms. So MOEF formulated 15-point program for priority action to promote and set up common effluent treatment plants in cluster of small scale industries across the country. What is the data on how much small scale industries cluster we have, how many CETPs are there? That data I'm going to show you at the last. CETP is listed among 54 polluting industries. Okay. So MSMEs do not have wastewater treatment facilities. Why? Because of following reasons: a huge capital investment for installation of effluent management systems, so they naturally don't have, or even if they have, they don't want to invest such a huge amount. High operation and maintenance expenditure, such as skilled manpower, energy, chemicals and laboratories are required, and they do not want to invest in that. Land availability is a constant, and lack of awareness and understanding the situation of environmental issues can be a point. But nowadays, because the government has become so stringent regarding this, so most probably the awareness has come, but that can be a point. Now CETP is designed on the basis of following points, such that what is the flow rate and quantity of water wastewater to be treated. This will depend upon the number of partner industries which have signed to send their wastewater into a CETP. Standard quality of treated effluent is stipulated by the Pollution Control Authority. What is the standard quality of, what are the discharge norms on the basis of which government should, the effluent treatment plant should discharge the wastewater? Based on that also the CTP is designed. Possibility of recycle, reuse or recovery of treated wastewater. Availability of land, labor, power for operating and maintaining the CETP, and willingness of industries located in the industrial estate to contribute towards the capital and operating expenses of the CETPs. These are all factors on which a CETP is designed. CETPs are broadly classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous, as the name and both these names are self-sufficient. That homogeneous is the one in which industries producing similar goods and are located in one area, and they will send their wastewater. So the nature of wastewater coming from all these industries will be similar, and hence it will be homogeneous. Therefore, the wastewater coming to CETP will be of more uniform nature. While heterogeneous is which industries producing widely divergent goods and are placed together. So different industries are sending their wastewater, the nature of industries are different, which are sending their wastewater into a heterogeneous CETP. Therefore the wastewater coming into CETP has a lot of variability in characteristics. When a lot of variability is there in the characteristics of wastewater coming into CETP, the design of CETP has to be more critical, because it has to take care of a lot of variations in its characterization. Designing and treatment for the first group is easier than the second group, as the characteristics of raw waste produced from is in the former tend to show lesser variation than the latter. Now, advantages of providing a CETP are: small and medium scale industries are relieved of the problem of treating their effluent. They don't have to take the headache of treating their effluent at their end. They just have to send their wastewater. Then wastewater treatment is assured, thereby helping pollution control. Pollution controlling authorities have to monitor only one outlet to check the performance of CETP. They do not have to go to every industry and check their wastewater. Rather, they can just go to the CETP and check if it is meeting the discharge norms or not. Participating industries have a commitment to generate only wastewaters acceptable for treatment in CETP. So, on the participating industries should do their preliminary treatment before sending it to common effluent treatment plants. Industries can concentrate on finding ways and means of reducing pollution at the source, reduce water and power consumption at the extent of where that's possible. So, reducing the wastewater generated and reusing and recycling of wastewater is the need of the hour. As the population is increasing, the water demand is increasing, and scarcity is also increasing. Therefore, every industry should put their thought on finding the ways such that they could reduce the water consumption and they can recycle and reuse them. So what are the issues, constraints and limitations in CETP operation? That consistency in compliance to the prescribed standards where CETPs is lacking. Mostly the like CETPs does not always meet the discharge norm. However, it varies each from CETP to CETP, and therefore it cannot be generalized. Existing treatment schemes are unable to handle ever increasing hydraulic load, new pollutant, stringent regulatory norms. So the problem is, if you have designed a CETP based on some particular uh, wastewater characterization, now after some years, say the participating industries have changed now or increased, so the hydraulic load will increase. Hydraulic load is the amount of water coming. Don't confuse it with the organic load. Organic load is something else. uh, So when the amount of water coming to CETP is increasing, or the characterization of wastewater is increasing, so it becomes difficult for CETP to perform. Then improper technological combination for wastewater treatment is discouraging water reuse and recycling. Then poor management of treatment units needs a lot of proper maintenance. Otherwise, with time, if in absence of proper maintenance, the performance of CETP reduces. No separate treatment units to deal with hazardous and toxic effluents. This is very important. If there is no separate treatment unit for specifically targeting hazardous and toxic effluents, then you can expect this hazardous and toxic effluent ultimately into the effluent coming out of CETP. Therefore it will not serve the purpose for which CETP has been designed, to treat the effluent efficiently, because ultimately it will uh, pollute the environment into which water is being discarded. Decimal percentage of water reuse practice in industries. Industry should be encouraged to reuse the waters, and lack of access to capital investment and working capitals. Everything is because of this. If there is sufficient money, all these things can be taken care of. So these two diagrams show a typical treatment units in a CETP. Both are the same, more or less same. Uh, Basically, a treatment CETP treatment unit have a preliminary treatment, then there is a secondary treatment, and nowadays there are tertiary treatment also, and ultimately it goes to wherever you want to discard. So first is screens. Screens is for removing uh, h- large particles, floating matters. Then equalization, acid and acid lime and acid addition for equalization tank. It is here pH neutralization is also done, and equalization is done. Why? What is equalization? Equalization means the equalization in flow of wastewater coming into CETP, because CETP has partner industries from number of industries, so there can be problem. There can be uh, scenes whereas suppose in morning a lot of wastewater is coming, maybe in afternoon less wastewater is coming, then again in evening a lot of wastewater is coming, then again at night less wastewater is coming. So there is a variation in the quantity of wastewater coming. So to equalize that, there is equalization tank, so water gets deposited here, and from here the regular wastewater is sent into next treatment units. Flash mixture, proper mixing and coagulation flocculation takes place here, like by adding whichever coagulant the industry is using. Here they have written lime, LM and PAC. These are all based on LM. After uh, this lime addition, there is primary clariflocculator. Here you can see uh, flocculator. These are settling tank wherein after addition of coagulants, the large particles settle, and primary clariflocculator or primary treatment is basically to reduce the inorganic solids. The main aim of this treatment unit is to remove inorganic solids in general. A thumb rule says 60 to 70% of inorganic solids is removed in primary treatment, and 20 to 30% of BOD is also removed in primary treatment. But this is a general thumb rule. If it varies a lot from CET to CETP to CETP based on the basis of type of partner industries in that CETP. There can be cases where the partner industries produce a lot of toxic waste or a lot of chemical waste, then BOD removal might not happen because BOD might not be there. There can be COD. Now, after preliminary treatment, the primary treatment, there is secondary treatment. The major objective of secondary treatment, here you can see secondary clarifier and aeration tank. They have used a biological treatment. Here also you have used a biological treatment. The major aim of biological treatment is to remove the BOD or organic solids. So in biological, in secondary sedimentation tank, it is assumed that 60 to 70% or 80% of BOD gets removed. Now in this treatment, in this scheme, you cannot find a tertiary treatment. However, here you can see tertiary treatment in nowadays CTPs are going for tertiary treatments also, such as MEE, multi-effect evaporators, or say advanced oxidation processes for further treatment of the wastewater, so that it should meet the stringent discharge norms as laid by the competent authorities, and finally after that it gets discarded into the into the environment. In between there, something which I have left is the sludge thickeners. So every clariflocculator or sediment clarifier where some sedimentation is taking place, their sludge will generate, and that sludge is taken and it is sent to decanter or sludge thickeners, from where it is finally dumped into sludge drying beds. Okay, so this is a very general schematic diagram of any CETP which is having different treatment units. It varies place to place, it varies CETP to CETP, it varies depending on the type of partner industries in that CETP. Now lastly, some general data on CETP. In India, approximately 193 CETPs are there, majorly lying in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Haryana and Delhi. Now this data is quite old, some 4 5 years old. So now the number of CTPs might have increased, but majorly those are in these states. Then if you want to start a CTP, you can get 25% of the loan from center, 25% of the finance from the state, and remaining 50% can be generated from organizations such as World Bank or the partner industries who have decided that they want a CETP. From then also you can generate 50% of the finance required for establishing a CETP. So this is all I wanted to talk about CETP. Hope you like the video. If yes, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.